Well, good morning again, boys and girls. It's 8:45 on Wednesday, April 8, and I'm going to show you an interesting little tool. But you know what? We haven't done a dad joke in a long time. So let's go over here and go forward to, my goodness, all of these. Wow, it's been a long time. Wednesday, April 8. That's a chunk of days you had to suffer with no dad jokes. I'm so sorry. So what does this say? It says, what did Benjamin Franklin say when he discovered electricity? I'm shocked. Okay, I don't think so, Tim. So anyway, that's cute. Okay, going back over to here, this is a tool. I used it yesterday. I'm going to use it again in just a moment just to show you. It's just a light bulb with two wires soldered onto it with spade male connectors on them, okay? And on this one, I coated it with clear silicone, and I put a strip of heat shrink around it just to give it some cushioning in case I lay it down too hard on a hard surface. It either won't break, or if it does break, it won't go into shards. And I use this as a tool. What I do is this replaces a fuse. If you have this type of fuse holder where you use the spade fuses, the little red fuses, these little red fuses, 10 amp. Okay, when you use these in this and you have a dead short, it'll blow the fuse. So after you've blown a fuse or two and you said to yourself, well, I haven't found it yet and I'm still blowing fuses, at 30 cents each, you know, the fuses get, and I buy them by the hundreds. That just seems like a waste of money. So what you do is you plug this in place of the fuse, and if you have a dead short, the light will light. If you don't have a dead short, the light won't light. It'll just pass power through. So I'm going to put this in here, and I'm going to show you what happens when you find the wire that has the dead short, which I did yesterday, and I'm going to show you now as an example. So I'll be right back after I plug this in. Okay, so I've got it plugged in, and I'm just going to stick it up through here so we can see it on the other side of the bike. Shouldn't be any problem. All right, so let's walk over. We're walking. I'm going to turn the ignition on. Okay, no problem, no light. Walking over here. I'm going to put this in the tripod and show you what happens when you detect a dead short when you're troubleshooting. So I was starting to put these wires back together, and hold on. Okay, continuing. Let's see. The test light is up here, and it's not on. It's in place of the fuse, and it's not on because it's only got one wire going to it. It's sort of like one hand clapping, you know. It's hooked up, but there's no ground to it, so it's not illuminated. Now over here, I have wires, and I'm going to show you. You can see the light over there in the left still, and I'm going to get over here so I don't block the view, which is I'm about to do. Okay, so there's the light in the lower left part of the screen, and there's the wires. I'd like to be able to zoom in here and still get the light. Can I do that? Can I do that? That's about the best I can do. All right, so this is 12 volts coming from the battery, and here it is going into this switch assembly over here. So if I stick 12 volts into this switch assembly, it needs 12 volts, so I stick that in. Everything's wonderful. The light didn't come on. All right, let's see. Here is the ignition wire that goes up inside the headlight, and I can stick that in there. So now I have ignition coming from the switch into here and into this switch assembly and into the headlight. Now this is the ignition wire that's going into that left-hand signal assembly. And notice that all of these wires are, this is everything. I can actually disconnect these, take these out of here, so you can see that there's no shortage in there. If I can get that one out. Stand by, I'm doing this as an illustration, so I want to get that out. All right, we'll take the whole thing. Okay, so all the wires are disconnected. Okay? Yabba dabba dabba and ramadama ding dong. So now, with them all disconnected, if I put this white wire in here, I swear, I hate it. Stand by, I'm irritating myself. Okay, so now if I take this wire here and stick it into the ignition coming from the battery, so let's see if the light lights. And it does. That tells me that this is going up into that switch, and somewhere along the line, probably up inside the switch, there's a dead short. I just don't know what. Well, it looks like it's this, whatever that is. Shouldn't be going to ground. You don't ever want to ground 12 volts. So I'm going to get up inside that switch and find out what's wrong. So you put the wire in, the wire goes hot. Tuck, 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 tuck. That's bad. Should never go to ground. Not white. Okay, so I'm going to take that switch assembly apart and see what's happening. Okay? Interesting, interesting, interesting. And you can find that without blowing up a lot of fuses. Okay, so I've got the switch off, and if we just take this white connector and using the ohm meter, quick test, you see what I'm doing? Okay, we'll just go from the end of the white wire, which is shorted to ground, and come here and check ground, and there's no short. So there's no short with this thing disconnected. Here's the wire right there coming in, and it's not shorted to ground. So you say to yourself, why is it shorted to ground on the bike and not here? Well, the answer is, I don't know if you can see this. Let me zoom in, way in. Here we go. Okay, there's been some repair work done to this, and there's a nice big glob of solder right there. Nice big glob of solder. Another nice big glob of solder down here too. This glob of solder is so high. See how high it is? When I turn it up sideways? I think that it protrudes high enough to touch the handlebar. And the way to test that, just for grins, now I'm just fooling around, guys. Let's put a jumper wire to hold the meter to here. Go to one of these guys. And touching here, we've got good continuity. Okay, but no continuity to the case. Let's just take a simulated handlebar and stick it right here and touch it. Come on, don't say I'm wrong. Okay, squeezing it down. Okay, so it's been that piece of solder right there. If we just grind it down, cut it down a little bit, give it a little bit of clearance, that solves that problem. Okay, so solder was touching the handlebar, shorting out the ignition. Not a good thing. So we're going to fix that up. Now, in the meantime, before I do that, I'm going to show you something cool. Don't know if you know this, but it's really neat. These old nasty gray cables can be cleaned up really nice. with good old CRC carb cleaner. I just got all this off of it. I just got all that off that cable. You just got that much more. And while you're at it, if you put a little CRC underneath this sleeve, like this, you can loosen it and get it to slide up so you can get it to slide back. And then you can get it to slide all the way in so that it goes inside the switch like it was intended to when they built the silly thing. It was way too close all that time. Sorry, I'll show you again. Anyway, wanted cameraman. So, cleaning the cable with CRC. I've already done it twice, so you're not going to see that much. But if you take this cable over to the bike and compare it to the other cable over there, we should see a marked M-A-R-C-H-E-D difference in the appearance of this one to that one. So you can clean them up pretty good. I'll clean this one before I finish the bike. But they clean up pretty good with a little CRC. So now I'm going to knock the head off this solder and put this switch back together. And in the old saying, a miss is as good as a mile. I'm just going to knock it down. I could resolder it, but I mean, it's a good solder joint. It's just too darn tall. That's what we used to refer to as wicking. You know, when you were soldering and you move the soldering iron away and a little bit of solder forms a bump or a wick, and that wick will short out a circuit in a heartbeat. And literally, a miss is as good as a mile. If you're missing by a billionth of an inch, or if you're missing by a mile, in each case, you're missing. So I'm going to put this back together. I can see that it's down below. and we'll do another continuity test with the light. I'll be back. Okay, we still have the same test set up. Light up here, it's actually still plugged in. I think I even left the ignition on. Yep, ignition's on, which means we have a live 12 volts coming up here. And this is the wire that we just fixed. So I should be able to stick this in here without the test light coming on. Can you see the test light? Can you see what I see? Let's put it over here so I don't get myself in the way. And let's see if I work like this. Sticking the wire in the hole. Hopefully the test light will not come on. Ta-da! Okay, so we fixed that problem. Now I have ignition coming in here, splitting 3 ways, to the left switches, right switches, and into the headlight. So now I can continue to hook up all the rest of the wires. Okay, so that was successful. And I'm just going to leave that light there as I hook up the wires, just in case I run across any more dead shorts, which is not out of the question. I have, in the meantime, see, I did a lot of work yesterday that I'm ignoring, not charging for, because it was fun. I've disconnected every darn wire up here. There's nothing going nowhere, so I can start putting this guy back together properly. Okay, so all these wires are just hanging loose, and I'm going to fix up the wires that I didn't like and make things work. Okay, and that's where our starting point is today. Actually, after having fixed that shorted wire in the switch assembly over here, and now I'm going to start putting all these wires back together. And it's boring, so I don't know if I'll leave the camera running or not. Good morning. It's Thursday, April 9. Just about done with this guy. I've got all these wires reconnected. Every one of these connectors is new. The old ones were all brittle and dry. Some of them didn't have Lucas bullets on them. They had the Japanese crimp-ons. I got rid of those. I fixed all that up. So everything's operational except right now the main wire to the front of the bike. That takes lights from the ignition switch up here to this wire right there, and should go to the switch and then go back on this wire, I believe, which is a problem because it doesn't. So this is just blue and white. It goes to the high beam indicator or something. Maybe the flash on the left handlebar. Anyway, that's all I've got to finish the electrical system. Then I'll start testing everything, make sure that all systems are go. And we have the power cap done. Then I'm going to try first start. Hopefully, this bike might go bang, 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 pop, 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 and actually do a first start. We'll see. I'm going to publish this because I've got 2 or 3 videos in here that I haven't published yet, and then I'll do another one tonight or tomorrow.